Greetings, ladies and gents, and welcome to this latest narration of the web series Accidentally Adopted. If you're new to the series, there is a playlist listed down below in the description. And as always, I hope that you enjoy. Part 5, Chapter 5, At Anchor. Log 6,001.1.12. Personal, Captain Yormtrel. I put the ship on alert rotation, and having the landers aboard has actually helped with this. Normally, this would just mean the bridge crew is on a short enough rotation, such that at any given time there are enough of us present to pilot the ship and fire the weapons, such as they are. But if there is a ship murderer lurking in these stars, in any case, the landers have been patrolling in four-man details in areas where boarding might be affected. I did not have to order Gregory to rotate out for sleep, as it happens, and he's gotten the bigs to form a rotation to keep an eye on those of our littles most likely to become distraught, several of whom have somehow made their way into Yormtrel's room. Thank the stars that the infants were uninjured, as they were taken in by Nandran and Krilla, whose son is Yormtrel's age. They hadn't put most of his infancy furnishings into storage yet, so it was relatively easy to adjust. I say relatively, as though the babes are past their weaning. They require much care, and they no doubt terribly miss their mothers and cannot understand why their cries do not summon them. It breaks my heart. The middle children run from inconsolable to clinging, but all of them are uplifted when Greg comes to visit them. Both the two who are ambulatory and the two confined to infirmary beds, which isn't to say it's effortless on his part. No. The toddler-sized soldier puts on an air of cheerfulness that seems to pour from him from his deep reserves of care. I even heard that he was walking on his hands to entertain the children in the infirmary, which I regret not seeing. It sounded very entertaining. The two oldest teens have been given several transfusions and are being closely monitored. They've yet to regain consciousness, but I suspect that they will have the most coherent version of events. We've not pressed the children to tell us anything, but they have a need of us, a need for us to understand what they have suffered. Yet they cannot make themselves understood. They cannot get past the pirates' boarding that let us sail from joy to joy without breaking down in sobbing or wailing. Without any further information, I've ordered that we'll lay at anchor for another day so we can get some long-distance scans before trying to chart a course. There is the idea in my mind of using the landers to do the little anti-piracy action, though it's not strictly their mission. Gregory has mentioned that they would be amendable to a side quest, as he put it. Dear Diary, it's easy to see how someone can focus themselves to do something and think, what happened to my brother? But that's the thing. They're still the same man, just focused. I was starting to think that Greg only cared about fighting, about getting at that awful poacher. But I was wrong. He was just focused on a goal. Maybe it's not good to focus on a goal so much that you forget to stop and enjoy the movie nights, or you don't tell funny stories about what your brother did to a welding robot anymore. But it's not like it makes someone a different person. Just a person who needs a little reminder to take a breath and let the pressure bleed off a little. So, with the orphans, Greg is all smiles and bouncing around and stuff. I know it costs him effort, but it somehow recharges him at the same time. Kind of like how he's always in a good mood after running an exercise class. Something to keep in mind. A sister has to look out for a goofball older brother. Stars knows he won't do it. I'm also super excited to have the manufacturing bay up and running. Well, we had our first run of sneakies, but they looked kind of doofy. I'll have to go into the program and edit some of the parameters, but I should have down in 1 or 2 more tries. In the meantime, all of the littles got a sneaky of their own. A few of the landers have asked if they could have one off my next run for my kid or to give to my niece. Sure, it's totally not for you. Journal entry 46, date 1/8/7, name Greg George. Lucy's getting the plushie bay up and running. Hell yeah. The first run looked a little deformed, but that's whatever. The kids liked him anyway, so I'm pretty chuffed at that. She decided to start with the jumpsuit version for ease of modeling. Sorry about the little details on my blues, Lucy, but the real deal would probably give you an aneurysm. The 2 teenage boys are still unconscious, but the corpsmen dudes have stopped looking pale and terrified. So I think it's down to waiting and praying at this point. Good work, corpsmen dudes. The wee sing is proud of you. Man, these kids just went through hell, but I'm honestly impressed with them. They're all taking food, they want to talk, and they aren't trying to hide from us. Hot damn, kids. You're all super strong. End of chapter. I would just like to thank the T5 supporters: Bushmaster117, Casper Arnholtz, Dragzoon W.R.E, Elijah Silvercross, Gray, Jon Carrington, and Sevaren Serberous. Thank you very much.